live from the site of the 2010 YMSL Awards Dinner. We're here at the Tawil Resort Health and Spa in Deal, New Jersey. Our guest, Douglas Dweck and NRJ. And guys, later on this week, one of these teams is going to be carrying around, drinking out of this YMSL Cup. And right now the series is tied 1-1, and it's anybody's game right now.
Well, Bob, first of all, I want to thank our host over here, the Tawil family, for opening up their home to where champions are crowned on this stage.
What a beautiful place. Look at
and
this.
All the hoopla that goes into transporting this trophy. I mean, there were white glove service only. Two gentlemen, their jobs all year round are only to care for this trophy all year round. And they came with the white glove service. They dropped the trophy here. And obviously the security detail that's involved in that. But the Tawils were very
There's a police
accommodating.
escort.
Police escort. We had to
Unbelievable.
close all the bridges to deal with New
Heightened
Jersey.
security. It's and this goes back to 1976. This trophy for the first year of the league, and now we're at 35th year. We're going to crown the 35th champion later on this week. So a lot of excitement. And guys, Douglas, first of all, we'd like to welcome you back. You were covering Wimbledon for the YMSL network on Sunday, so you didn't get a chance to see any of the games.
No, I'm still recovering from that match that went 11 hours.
Yeah.
So we have to get a swing by swing account of what went on. So it took a long time to recover from
And
that.
I have to say you did a great job. I caught YMSL Global on my satellite dish, DirecTV I have just for that channel. And you did a wonderful job covering that event. But you did miss two fabulous games of the YMSL. Bobby, I'll let you tell us a little bit about it.
First of all, it was an incredibly scorching hot day, 94 degrees at game time. Once again, sold out, standing room only, Fireman's Field. Both teams, we had Steve Azer flew in with a chopper, sponsored by Crazy Eddie Chopper, landed at Joe Palea Park, and he was escorted from Joe Palea Park to Fireman's Field via Red's car service. So a lot of things happened. Everything fell into place. He got there in time, and it was an incredible event. And we had, let's not forget, special national anthem sung by Insane's A.B. Salem. Did a wonderful job. Got 2,000 hits.
There's
on
all
YouTube
kind of
already.
talent on this league. I'll tell you. They can do anything.
And also having Barbara Streisand come
Yes.
in for Hatikva was
Hatikva.
wonderful. And let's not forget RVJ throwing out the first pitch. Celebrity Row was packed.
I heard it was a
at the
strike.
park.
The word was, you may sign him up.
RVJ still has a show. He still had. Listen, when RVJ, saw Red and Moses and Marty still on the active roster, he put his jersey back on. He was ready to come back in. So, but it was an incredible start to the game, and then game time came, and it was a 5-3 game. And the truth of the matter is, there was some calls by the umps that really might have had a major effect on this game, and NRJ will fill you in on some of those details.
It was besides for the temperature, everyone was heated up, mostly caused by Jackie Eshko on the base pass. There were two different incidents.
What was it, Manzo again?
It was Manzo and
He
Jason.
came back after he walked out?
Yes, it was Thomas Manzo and Jason DiLeonardo as the two umpires umping the World Series. Only the best for the World Series, of course. And in the first play, Jackie Eshko, maybe in the first inning of the game, he singled to first base, and when the ball was brought in, Ali Marshall held it around the pitcher's mound. But then Eshko ran to second.
There he goes.
And then there was an entire debate: was timeout? Was Ali on the pitcher's mound where he could call timeout? Etc. etc. So Eshko was forced to go back to first base. That was one argument.
How'd you see that play? What'd you think?
Jason, in between innings, actually said that if you go by the letter of the law, he's allowed to go to second. But in the spirit of the game, he really should have just stayed at first. That's how Jason explained it. And then later on, Eshko...
Marty actually tried to calm down the situation by putting Eshko back on first.
Right.
We don't need him.
Uh-huh.
And then Go and continue.
Then later on, Eshko was on second base in a big juncture in the game. It might have been
loaded.
Bases loaded at that point.
At the plate.
Sammy Towil at the plate. Score was 2-0.
2 outs. Yeah.
Oh, 2 outs. Sorry, 2 outs. It was a 2-1 game, maybe 2-2. It was a very tight game. And Jason, the umpire in the field, called Eshko out for leading.
Wow. Actually, what happened was Steve Azer, Sammy Towil just swung and missed at a pitch, and
swung and missed completely?
Yeah, swung and missed at a pitch, and
a lot of swings and misses.
Foul tip
yesterday.
Yeah, Braca was in this. He left early, and apparently Jason DiLeonardo agreed with Braca. And
so Braca sort of made the call.
But according to Jason, he says no, absolutely. He's been telling Eshko for 4 weeks that he's been leading off the base too early, and he called him out. And then it was just a chaotic situation after that. And
then at one point later in the game, there was another argument that broke out, and I happened to have been right near Marty Jemal on the bleachers, and Marty was about to walk onto the field and speak to both teams, it looked like. He said, that's it, I had enough. He was walking towards the field, but then somehow both teams calmed themselves down, and then I think from there on in it was okay.
Well, actually, there's one other play that
closed. Oh, really?
So now Jason maybe felt that maybe I did take something away from Insane, or, maybe he felt, because video replay showed that it was almost a phantom call.
Yeah.
With Eshko leaving the base.
Yes.
And certainly not a call that had to be made in a World Series game. If anything, So now A.B. Cohen beat out an infield hit, and it was a scoop up that got by Sammy Towil a little bit, and he recovered, and they started screaming. I guess Eshko from left field screaming, he made the turn. They tagged A.B. Cohen, and he called A.B. Cohen out. And replays again showed that was a phantom call, but it might have been a makeup from Jason. Who knows? Nevertheless,
Eshko's trying to work his magic.
Yeah, it's just, it was just.
We obviously want to hope that the players will determine the World Series. At the end of the day, I don't think any of those calls had an effect on the result of the game. The biggest play of the game was at 2-1. U.S. Marshals with the lead 2-1. Eddie Hakeem came up and hit a mammoth home run to right field. And I'm telling you, a real legitimate home run.
Yeah.
Very deep, on a rope, way over the right fielder's head. And he scored, it was a 2-run homer standing
That's
up.
Eli Haddon.
To make, but it had nothing to do with Eli Haddon or anybody out there. Nobody would have caught that ball. And it made it 4-1. So that's basically how the game moved along until it got to 4-3 and then 5-3 and then ball game over.
1-2-3. And so that was the first game. And, even though U.S. Marshals won, there was a lot of dissension on the team after game one. And, again, David Asher complaining about
what was Dashless when he played?
He was actually had a nice seat under a tree, so he was in the shade.
He didn't play the field at all?
No, he was in the shade. And
we're going to touch on that when we talk about Game 2.
His partner in crime, Jason Marshall, made a couple of errors in Game 1, so Asher was not in a good mood.
And also Adam Marshall, to jump ahead to Game 2 for a minute, playing third base, there was a man on second, 2 outs. Ground ball to Adam Marshall in the first inning with 3 runs already in.
Yeah.
Adam Marshall touched third base thinking it was a force.
No.
There was no force. He ended up throwing the ball way over the first baseman's head, and then another 3 runs later scored that inning, and Dash went berserk. Our camera crew was
I'm listening to this. This is very exciting. I have no right being in Wimbledon for missing stuff like this.
Well, Wimbledon was exciting too.
This is much more exciting.
Yeah.
YMSL is not just in America.
I'm going to have to refuse my assignments. I can't be going away.
We got global fans we got to deal with soccer, tennis, etc.
So we'll get back after a commercial break about the beginning of Game 2. But you would think U.S. Marshals lost that first game the way they were acting, carrying on the sidelines. Insane had a meeting, team meeting, and Chucky and Marty kept everything under control, and it certainly helped. As we'll get to Game 2 in a second.
Now, Bobby, when we come back, and viewers out there, I want to correct something that I said last week. I have a change of opinion on one of the rankings that we gave from last week.
Oh,
so
okay.
Right back after that.
All right, a little Monday morning quarterback.
Yes.